leveraging our strengths to scale new heights. Celebrating the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region's 25th anniversary.
All right. So for the past 25 years since return to the motherland, Hong Kong has been resilient when facing challenges. Through actively integrating into the overall development of the city, Hong Kong will continue to embrace more opportunities to build a better future together. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and give HKETO a big congratulations. Moving on, as Mr. Law mentioned earlier, the first series of the Marvels in Hong Kong event will be held all around Southeast Asia. From 26 to 28 August, meaning this Friday onwards, there will be a roving exhibition in Paradigm Mall, Malaysia, so do check that out. And happening from September all the way through October, there will be exhibitions as well happening in Indonesia and Philippines. We will also have an online musical performance brought to you by the Asian Youth Orchestra. So do check it out as we would love to have you with us. Next up, the Hong Kong Tourism Board would now like to present the HK New Wonders. Now I'd like to invite Mr. Martin, the Director of Marketing at Southeast Asia, HKTB, for this presentation. Over to you, Martin.
For the introduction, and a very good afternoon to everyone. It is really great to be back in Kuala Lumpur. I'm very glad to see many familiar faces and to finally get to see some of you all in person. Well, it has been very challenging. Well, it has been very challenging for the tourism industry in the last 3 years due to the pandemic. Hong Kong Tourism Board has consistently maintained our presence in the Malaysian market. Some of our initiatives include our award-winning campaign, 100 Reasons to Miss Hong Kong, promotion of our West Kowloon neighborhood, and the ongoing 360 Hong Kong Moments campaign, where we have been producing immersive and engaging content to update our consumers on the happenings in Hong Kong. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our media friends and partners seated here today for your unwavering support towards Hong Kong and all our initiatives. During this period of time, we have launched our Hong Kong Superfan program. The Hong Kong Superfan community is made up of content creators, artists, celebrities, photographers, and even athletes who adore Hong Kong as a travel destination. We have been keeping this community very active through virtual tours, media drop, and also involving the superfans in our campaigns. We have currently a total of 140 Hong Kong superfans across Southeast Asia, and it's growing as we speak. And we are really happy to have some of our Malaysia Hong Kong superfans to join us today at the event. We believe all of you seated here and many Malaysian travelers are missing Hong Kong as much as we do. What my colleagues and myself are most looking forward to is, of course, to be able to welcome all of you back to experience Hong Kong as soon as possible. What we are very excited and can't wait to show you are the new developments in Hong Kong that has taken place over the last 3 years. There are many new landmarks, attractions, hangouts for you to explore, and new experiences that you may not have tried out in Hong Kong before, or even places that you may be familiar with, but now comes with a very pleasant surprise after so long. And with that, I'm very glad to share with you our upcoming campaign, 360 Hong Kong Moments, New Adventures at Every Turn. As what the tagline states, there are so many new exciting developments in Hong Kong that at every turn, there will be a new adventure for our travelers. So through this campaign, we hope to give our Malaysian travelers some inspiration and ideas on how to start preparing their new Hong Kong bucket list. I wish I would have the chance to share every single one of these experiences with you, but I'm only given 15 minutes today for this presentation. So I'll be just sharing with you some of the key developments and also some of my personal favorites. So first of all, arts and culture. One of the most significant developments in Hong Kong is the opening of the West Kowloon Cultural District. This is one of the largest cultural projects in the world and has taken almost 20 years to be conceptualized and completed. The precinct stretches over 40 hectares and it is the home to several iconic and state-of-the-art infrastructures and landmarks. So one of this would be M+, Asia's first global museum of modern and contemporary visual arts. Before you even visit the gallery, you will be able to feel its grand presence as it is located at the Victoria waterfront, and it has a 65 meters tall LED screen displaying different forms of digital art. And the screen is actually one of the largest media facade in the world, and now it's a permanent part of Hong Kong skyline. Now, join me in taking a video walkthrough on what goes inside the gallery. So the 30 seconds video you have just watched had quickly taken you through M+ 4 permanent sets of collection, which you must see it for yourself when you visit Hong Kong. Next up, Hong Kong Palace Museum, which has just officially opened its door last month. It houses a total of 900 over artifacts, and 166 of them are actually first-class national cultural relics, and some of them are actually displayed to the public for the first time. Other than the amazing exhibits, the Palace Museum's architecture and interior design is also something to be marveled at. The interior design echoes the Forbidden City in Beijing while carrying a modern and contemporary touch. Let us all take a closer look at this masterpiece.
Out of the Forbidden City, embodying Chinese culture. A lasting gift for Hong Kong. A new window on China. The Hong Kong Palace Museum.
The West Kowloon Cultural District is not just for art lovers. Its art park is a green open space where visitors can relax, play, picnic on the lawns, or cycle along the water promenade. In fact, it has become one of the new favorite hangout places to enjoy the view of Victoria Harbour and soak in the sunset. There are also a lot of cozy cafes and dining bistros along the waterfront that you can hang around as well. Now, speaking about food, let's go to the next experience, Shop and Dine. The Central Market is the latest addition to Hong Kong's retail scene. Central Market is one of Hong Kong's first wet market with history dating all the way back to 1842. The current 4-story building, which has been retrofitted, was built in 1939. And after 4 years of renovation and preservation work, it was only open to the public last year in August. Central Market is now revitalized and has now become a new hangout with shops, F&Bs, and even event spaces. Here are just some examples of some of the concept stores, restaurants that you can check out when you're at the Central Market. And for those of you who are looking out for very Instagrammable dining spots, Haha is the place for you. Yes, that's how it's being pronounced because it is spelled in Spanish. As you can see, the interior design of Haha is colorful, fun, whimsical, and every angle seems to be perfect, a perfect Instagrammable spot. As Haha is actually located in Hong Kong Arts Centre, it also conveniently serves as a venue to host art exhibition and team workshops at times. Haha only serves vegetarian food, and on its menu, you can find a whole range of interesting and innovative food creations. So now, speaking of innovation, I would like to also introduce you to South Herbal Lab, which is opened by a traditional herbal house, Wing San Tong. The owners have infused the century-old teaching of Chinese medicine into coffees and desserts, as they want to reach out to the millennials and to introduce them the health benefits of herbal tea, which is also known as Yang Teh. If you are a coffee lover like I am, this is one place you'll definitely need to get your caffeine fix when you're back in Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong is also the home to many world-class attractions, and many of these attractions have taken the last 3 years to upgrade and refresh their offerings as they prepare themselves to welcome back the global travelers. Now let's take a look at some of these new developments. One of the most anticipated attractions is Waterworld Ocean Park, which was opened to the public last year. The water park has a total of 5 zones and 27 trailing rides. And one of its most iconic rides, which has been going around on social media, you all might have spotted it, is called the Rainbow Rush. If you are an adrenaline junkie, this is the perfect ride for you, as you'll be sliding down 100 meters in just 10 seconds. Now let's take a splash into Water World Ocean Park in the next video. I see some of you all really excited, so I challenge you all to take the slides. Yeah, Kohit, I saw that just now. Challenge you to take the slide, when you're back in Hong Kong. Okay, then there are also options for you to stay near the premise of Ocean Park if you want to. The Fullerton Ocean Park Hotel just had its soft opening in July. In fact, this is Hong Kong's first Fullerton hotel and Fullerton's first resort concept in the world. The resort will have 425 rooms and most of them will come with amazing ocean views. And when the hotel officially opens at the end of the year, there will also be aquatic family theme rooms and outdoor and indoor play zones for the kids. Another new attraction would be the Legoland Discover Centre, which was opened in K11 Museum Shopping Mall last year. There is a total of 10 theme zones for families to explore. And in one of these zones, Miniland, you'll get to see Hong Kong's iconic landmarks and street scenes that are constructed by 1.5 million Lego bricks. Please remember this number, it will come very useful later. Okay, and we are also very glad to share with you that the 6th generation of the Pig Tram is ready to operate this coming Saturday on the 27th of August. We have been looking forward to it since it was closed for upgrade last year. Other than the color change, if you all remember how it looks, it changed from burgundy to green. The 700 million Hong Kong dollar upgrade to the carriage will increase its capacity and to have more friendly features for passengers with special needs. And once you're on top of the Pig, you must visit Monopoly Dreams, the world's first Monopoly theme park, and also, of course, to take a briefing with our Malaysia's beloved Datuk Lee Chong Wei when you're at Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Now, last but not least, the happiest place on earth, Hong Kong Disneyland. Hong Kong Disneyland has unveiled its new Castle of Magical Dreams, which pays tribute to the 13 stories of Disney princesses and queens. And since June this year, Hong Kong Disneyland Resort has lit up the skies with its nighttime fireworks and projection show called The Momentous. Through music and multi-sensory elements that envelope the Castle of Magical Dreams, guests will be taken on the most magical journey with beloved Disney and Pixar characters. Now, let's take a sneak peek at the most magical show on earth. I was trying very hard not to dance to that video. I hope the Disney fans all seated here are as excited as I do as we watch that video just now. So Hong Kong is well known for the glittering skyscrapers, but it is not just an urban jungle. When most people actually first look at these photos, they cannot believe that they are all taken in Hong Kong. From outlying islands to sandy beaches and mountain trails, there's a lot of nature and outdoor activities for you to explore. We are proud to also share that Hong Kong is acclaimed to have some of the best hiking trails in the world. As we expect more travelers to come to Hong Kong for these hikes, we have actually curated these hiking trails and further categorized them into different levels. So now, this has given hikers with the option to choose the trails that are most suitable for them. And for those who are really adventurous, I will personally recommend for you to explore Saikong. Many only know Saikong for its fresh seafood, but there's so much more to it. Saikong is actually the home of Hong Kong UNESCO Geopark, where you get to see hexagonal volcanic rocks and columns that were formed 140 million years ago. And in Saikong, you can also go for water sport activities, explore abandoned village, or even go rock hunting to find shaped rocks on its sandy beaches. And for those who will want to stay over in Saikong to enjoy its serenity, you can consider staying over at the newly opened WM Hotel Cyclone. It is located at the coastal line of Saikong, and you can enjoy the majestic sea view either from the comfort of your hotel room or its infinity pool. Now, here's a video to further convince you on how beautiful Saikong is.
Close to nature and more. Immerse in all with 360 Hong Kong moments.
Now I've come to the end of my presentation and I thank you for giving me your attention in the last 15 minutes. As you can see, there's so much more new developments in Hong Kong in the last few years, and we really can't wait for you to experience them all. And we hope to welcome all of you back to Hong Kong real soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin, for the wonderful and informative presentation. Wow, Hong Kong has truly changed so much since the pandemic, and I'm sure we are all super excited to go back and pay a visit. Up next, we would like to welcome two of our very special Hong Kong superfans, Jason Pang and Koit, up on stage to share their wonderful experiences here in Hong Kong. Please give them a warm welcome. Okay, so now that we've all settled down, before we start our Superfans sharing session, allow me to give you a little introduction about them. So let's start with Jason. So Jason, you might have heard of him fulfilling your music requests, as he was previously a My FM radio DJ. Now Jason is also a VJ, a TV host, and a travel influencer. So we'll dig deeper into your Hong Kong travel experiences much later, okay?
Sure.
Okay, next to Jason, we have the beautiful Koit. She is an award-winning actress, also a lawyer, who has been active in the Malaysian entertainment scene since she was 5 years old. How amazing is that?
Thank you.
Thank you for having...
Hi, everybody.
So, Jason and Koit, I believe it's been 3 years since you've last traveled to Hong Kong, like all of us, right? So, as someone who frequents to Hong Kong, what's the one thing you miss? Let's start with Jason.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's glad to see you all today. One of the things I miss so much in Hong Kong is the Hong Kong fruit, such as yu dan, fish balls, the milk tea, maybe like Ximen Nai Cha or Yun Yang. Yes, and of course, some of the food we can take in dine in the Cha Chan Teng, like bolo bao, and this is one of the pictures that I took when it was my last trip to Hong Kong. I knew that we all have the Hong Kong style kopitiam or Cha Chan Teng in Malaysia, but I believe the taste in Hong Kong is still the authentic one, right? Because
different.
yes, and because you can enjoy the vibes, enjoy the environment, and you feel the mood of yourself is different when you travel.
I think it's
to
very
Hong Kong.
old school, right?
Yes, of course. And my last trip to Hong Kong, when I dined in the Cha Chan Teng, I feel a lot different before that I went to Hong Kong, because the waitress is all more polite and more welcoming and more warm welcome. It's like a truly like surprise for me. But of course, if one day I go back to Hong Kong, of course one of the things I would have is like bolo bao, one of my favorite.
That's your favorite.
Yes, one of my favorite. And don't forget the butter. If you don't put butter, it still just feel like a normal bo lao bao. But if you put butter, it's totally different.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't speak Cantonese, bo lao bao means polo bun. Yeah. Yeah, what about you, Chloe?
What I really miss about Hong Kong is the shopping experience. I have to say it's one of a kind because the shopping centers in Hong Kong, they're all linked together by a bridge, and it's always very accessible via one to another, and all the bridges have aircon. So especially Landmark, if I'm not mistaken, it's linked to all the shopping centers around it, and I loved it. Besides luxury shopping, there is street shopping, there is Temple Street Market that I really enjoy. At night,
Enjoy the bargaining session.
oh, I love the bargaining session. I just love, like all female here. I think you guys will understand. It's the process and just the enjoyment of getting something new.
And don't forget the Instagrammable spots.
Oh yeah, especially the Instagrammable spots at night in the night market. It's amazing. And getting souvenirs back for my family. I do that all the time. Yeah.
See, that's amazing. I agree. I absolutely adore the rich culture and fashion in Hong Kong. And I guess it's safe to speak for everyone that we can't wait to travel back to Hong Kong without quarantine, right? Yes, all right. So, which brings me to my next question. How has HKTV filled the void and helped you both sort your Hong Kong cravings, especially the times when you really, really miss Hong Kong?
First of all, I'm really honored to become a part of the Hong Kong Superfans community, and thanks to Hong Kong Tourism Board because during last year Chinese New Year, they organized a virtual trip which you can travel Hong Kong virtually with your eyes, and I'm quite surprised that I got a chance to see the local people how they celebrate the Chinese New Year in Hong Kong, which is so much different with Malaysia.
Yeah, they have this what do you call it? Flower market. Yeah.
Direct translate is flower market.
It is.
And in Cantonese, what is it called?
Fa Si.
Fasi.
Yes.
I got to experience it in
Oh,
real life. It's
you
so
are
different.
so lucky.
So you went there virtually.
Yes, I went there virtually, and of course I got a chance to Ping Chau. It's one of the district in Hong Kong as well, and I hope that Hong Kong border can be open soon, so I can go back like very soon. Yeah.
Oh, we all wish that to happen, don't we? Okay, now we would love to hear from you, Chloe.
Just like him, I'm so honored to be invited to one of the virtual tours as well. I went out. I went the scenic route and I got to do some virtual hiking. I got to hike up to Sao San and Ngenzhou, what's it called? It's called Ngenzhou Pavilion. Ngenzhou Zai Pavilion, yes, that's the name. And I got to visit some art exhibition at M Plus Museum and West Kowloon Cultural District area.
So lucky, I haven't been to Atlas
Soon.
Museum.
Yeah, so she did the virtual one.
Yeah.
We'll do the actual one soon.
I'll do the actual one
Yeah.
soon.
So moving on, Jason and Chloe, in what way Hong Kong inspires you in your career as a radio announcer and actor respectively? Let's start with Chloe first.
True story. In the 1990s, my mother used to own 2 TVB official rental stores here in Malaysia. And growing up with all the Hong Kong old stories of dramas of family, love, and street fights and all that, I think because of those TV shows, I got to learn how to speak Cantonese. And because of that, I think that was how my love for the dramatic arts grew, and that was how I fell in love with acting, and how I fell in love with the entire culture in Hong Kong.
Oh, that's a really, really beautiful thing. And you just brought me back to the 90s when you say that we can actually rent TVB
Oh, yeah.
film movies back then. I completely forgot about that. What about you, Jason?
In my generation, I was growing up with Hong Kong drama, which is like it's a very huge generation in Malaysia or Asia country. That time we have a way saying of Gong Kek Lo Fi, which is Gong Kek is like Hong Kong drama is like a side dish of your every meal, even lunch or dinner. you will have having your meal with accompanied with the Hong Kong drama. And at that time, there's a huge variety show called Zhang Wenyan, if you're still aware of it. And I couldn't imagine that when I grew up one day, when I was an announcer, I got a chance to be a guest in this Zhang Wenyan show. And I got to tell you all, yeah, the prices and cash prices is true. Okay, it's true. When they mention you can get like 10,000 Hong Kong dollars with the white coffee. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Like you can get the vouchers and shop in Hong Kong. And at that time, and the other amazing thing is one of the hosts is the main host, our big brother Alexander 张志伟大哥 and I was so surprised that when I got a chance to shoot the variety show in Hong Kong, he even bought us a supper after the show. And I was like still very fresh in the industry. I was like small potato and he's like huge brother. And he didn't even like, he don't need to do that. But for me, it's like, I remember until today that how kind is he. And of course, one of the co-hosts is Zhou Lang. And now we become friends. Every time when he came to Malaysia, when he has job, we will catch up and have a dinner or have a drink. This picture was took on my last one of my program in online program, and he was so kind because he actually only got 2 to 3 hours, but he said, "Oh my, we should help each other." So he come to my show and become one of my guests.
Wow, you have the full Hong Kong celebrity package. I'm so jealous.
No need jealous. I bring you meet them next time.
Oh my God, please. Okay, so we all know Hong Kong is famous for its hiking trails, and you mentioned earlier that you did hike virtually, right, Koi?
Yes.
So, what about you, Jason? Have you hiked physically in Hong Kong? What is your favorite hiking trail?
Honestly, I haven't really hiking in Hong Kong, but I do have a morning running section in Sam Sui Po when my last visit to Hong Kong. And I was so really enjoy the running section in the sidewalk, and I saw many Hong Kong people like rushing for buses, rushing to work, and saw all the workers like busying in the fruit market. And I was still like, wow, everyone is still very busy, and it's really an authentic local scene that I have saw in the drama or
TV,
yeah. It's like really in front of you. It's like, oh my God,
It's
I'm
like
a part of it.
The hustle and the bustle of the
Yes,
city,
yes,
right?
yes.
And what about you, Koi? It's like Hong Kong is a melting pot, right? Of culinary delights. We love the food there.
Yes.
So can you perhaps share what food are you especially fond of? If you were to pick a few.
It's gonna be a cliche if I say I love the dim sum there, but the quality and the taste of the dim sum there is so different.
Especially the char siu bao.
Oh yeah, the pay of the char
The
siu bao
crust,
is
it just
so
hits
different.
different, yeah.
Yeah, so dim sum is my favorite, but aside from that, I enjoy the chen zhao fish ball a lot, and the siu mao fan, and also the yong gai century egg. True story. I liked it so much that I brought the century egg back to Malaysia because I want to share it with my friends and family. The problem is I forgot that the KL customs would confiscate it, so I put them in my luggage and it all got taken away.
Don't put this in the article, guys. We
Yeah.
don't want you to get in trouble. This is just our secret, okay?
Yeah, but it's true, and I loved it so
Everything
much.
ends after the sharing
Yeah,
session.
yeah. But I'll go back and I definitely will get it. That's on my list.
Very interesting. So, is there any particular area or district in Hong Kong that is your favorite? And can you share with the audience and myself why is it your favorite? Let's start with Jason.
One is Sam Sui Po, because you can get all like really old gadgets, tools from the Sam Sui Po markets. Like let's say you have something broke down from a old phone or light, you can get those tools from the markets. And the other one would be Mong Kok, because Mong Kok is one of the busiest district in Hong Kong, and one of the place that gather all the youngsters in there. And of course, you can get a lot of food, street food, and of course, fashion wares in cheap prices and luxury prices as well. These two places is which I love most. Yeah.
What about you?
Mine is so different from yours. I
Okay.
love central Hong Kong. I really enjoy the hustle and bustle of the city. It's so addictive. The busier the city is, the more addictive it is to me. And I really appreciate the juxtaposition of the colonial era buildings and the gleaming skyscrapers just sitting next to each other.
Such a beautiful combination,
Yes,
right?
I think it's very beautiful. I enjoy exploring new restaurants, checking out new cafes, and even checking out the speakeasy bars. So many speakeasy bars around. One of my favorite is Dr. Fen Gin Parlor. Went to that place twice and I brought my siblings there. They loved it too. Yeah.
Ah, okay, I'm gonna go there next time. So thank you so much, Koyet and Jason. I believe we can all agree that Hong Kong is such a beautiful city with rich culture, beautiful sceneries, and amazing nightlife experiences. So a big thank you once again to our Hong Kong super fans, Jason
Thank
and
you.
Koyet.
Thanks for having me.
It is truly a pleasure to have you with us, and I hope that with this sharing, everyone is just as excited as us, and we welcome you to explore the beautiful Hong Kong. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you to Koyet and Jason. Up next, I'd like to invite an insanely talented artist on stage to share a little bit of his involvement with HKTB and his latest project, Arts in Hong Kong. Please join me in a round of applause for this artist, Fake Yap. All right, Fake Yap, so would you like to give us a little introduction about yourselves?
Hi everyone, I'm Pekyap from, I'm a,
Oh, it's okay. Just make yourself like home.
okay, I'm local artist.
Artist,
Yeah,
yes.
and also co-founder of Locamed, a creative brand, local creative brand.
I see. So you designed this, right?
Yeah.
So I would like to ask you a few questions. So what inspired you to come up with such a beautiful and sophisticated art piece like this one?
Actually, when we got this chance to design this illustration, we set a direction. We wanted to look playful and then colorful, fun, because we want to bring out the very energetic vibes. So this is our direction. And actually, the first object that we choose to feature in this illustration is the what? Wait.
See, a true artist came well prepared.
C3 Center, the middle one.
The middle one, is it?
C3 Center
Okay.
and the Chinese opera. Because I think Chinese opera is one of the most beautiful performing art in the world. I think everyone will agree. Because of we watch the movie like 霸王别姬, those are Chinese opera. They have very nice makeup and then their what you call costume. So you can see the Chinese opera and then with the costume and then with some surreal setting over there.
I must say, I'm super impressed with the attention to detail. I'm looking at the siu mai, I'm looking at the dragons, is that the Victoria Harbour speech? Like the train over there? The tram, is it?
The tram.
Yeah.
So the person
It's
sit on the tram.
honestly so beautiful.
Yeah.
So how long did you produce this work of art?
This one took us around 3 weeks to complete from concept to final artwork. Actually, we have few artists who work together. My fellow artist from Locamed, a team, and then work with me to produce this artwork. And because we wanted to look detailed and then wanted to look interesting, so we spent a lot of time on all those detail and also for the research. Yeah.
It is truly really impressive. So, Becca, I want to ask you, which part of Hong Kong is your favorite? Maybe you can recommend us a few places?
Actually, same with Jason, I like Sam Sui Po. Because of the buildings, because I like historical buildings, it reminds me the Kowloon Wall City, if any of you know, called Kowloon Seng Zai, which is inside a lot of movie animation. If you watch not Blade Runner, another one. Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, I actually watched that movie. I love it. I love it.
That one is very much influenced by Hong Kong old buildings, of course, and the wall city. That's why it gives me a lot of inspiration. Even for my own series, Color of the Scenery, I actually inspire a lot from Hong Kong buildings, which is the old one, which is very tight, and then massive of windows, and then the giant signboard. Those elements is very interesting. Yeah.
I think if there's one word to describe Hong Kong, it would definitely be energetic. Can you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
So thank you so much, Fei Kiap. A round of applause for this wonderful and talented artist. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So right now we have 4 beautiful photograph art prints that is specially designed by Fei Kiap up for grabs. I hope you listened carefully to our conversation just now, as I will be doing a quick quiz to see if you all have paid attention. Okay, so let's start with question number 1. Are you ready? So question number 1 is, which landmark below is not situated in the West Kowloon Cultural District? Is it A, Hong Kong Palace Museum, B, Monopoly Dreams, C, M+, or D, Art Park? Oh, I've seen a show of hands. Wait, which one? Which one? Raise your hands first. I can see the guy in the red shirt really wants it. Let's pass the mic to him. Please stand up and tell us your answer. What do you think?
B, Monopoly Dreams.
Let's see if it's the right answer. B, Monopoly Dreams. That's right. Congratulations. Okay, moving on to the second question. The second question is, Central Market has a history dating back to which year? A, is it 1742? B, 1842? Is it C, 1942 or 2012? Wow, so much show of hands. Can we do it one more time just so I can check it? 3, 2, 1. You guys have to play rock, paper, scissors, man. Okay, let's start with the girl with the blazer. You can try again much later. Okay. Can we have someone pass her the mic, please? Over here in front. It's okay, I'll come to you. I'll come to you, and then, yeah. What's your answer?
The answer is B, 1842.
B, 1842. Let's see if the answer is correct. Oh, wow. Okay, congratulations. Now, can I have Mr. Raymond to come on stage to present the first gift to the first winner? Okay, congratulations. Now, Mr. Raymond, okay, can we have the second winner as well to come on stage? Wow, congratulations for being the owner of this beautiful art piece. So if you wish to walk away with this beautiful photograph art piece designed specifically by Fei Kiap, you now have 2 more chances to go, okay? So the third question is, how many Lego bricks were used in Legoland Discover? Oh my God. Okay, do your thing, Mike Runner. Okay, girl in the purple headband, what's the answer?
1.5 million.
I'm sure you know the answer to that. Is definitely 1.5. Thank you, Mr. Martin, earlier. Okay, and the last question, guys, get ready, okay? The last question is, where can you find stunning volcanic rock formations in Hong Kong? I'm just gonna look at, okay, the guy in the glasses. You're the first one to raise your hands. I paid attention this time.
Saikong.
D, Saikong. Let's see. Okay, great. Wow, I'm really proud of you guys. You guys have been really paying attention. Okay, can I have Mr. Law to come on stage to present the last 2 prizes to our winners? ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to our wonderful winners. Okay, and now we will be having a group photo session. Mr. Law, would you kindly remain on stage? And can I have Mr. Raymond and all the Hong Kong superfans to join us on stage for this group photo? Thank you. Okay, everyone's looking really beautiful. Smile big. All right, is everyone ready? In 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's a really beautiful shot. Okay, thank you, Mr. Law, Mr. Raymond, and our Hong Kong superfans. All good? Okay, once again, thank you, Mr. Law, Mr. Raymond, and wave to the videographer. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. To appreciate each and every one of you for joining us until the end, we have a special surprise for you in store. So today we will be having a lucky draw, which is happening right now, where one lucky winner will walk away with 2 economy flight tickets to Hong Kong. That's right, ladies